Hi, this is Sue Chef from Isabel's Market and Eatery. If you're watching this video, you've probably already purchased your meal kit, and this week's meal kit is the maple mustard pork tenderloin. I'm really excited to show you how easy this is to make. It's basically going to be everything on a sheet pan cooked all at once. So what we have is the main event. We've got this beautiful piece of Duroc pork tenderloin. And when you look at pork tenderloin, it's typically shaped funny. It's thinner at one end and thicker at the other. So what I do to kind of even it out so that it cooks more evenly is I tuck the skinny end in under, just so that everything is kind of like the same width. So we're going to go ahead and make the sauce, and you basically just want to take a saucepan over medium heat and put in your maple syrup. And again, medium heat. If you go over on high with the sugar, it has a tendency to want to burn. We've got a little Dijon mustard. We'll pop that right in there. And then we've got some garlic, pre-chopped garlic. Put that in there, and I know how fun that is to chop. And then we've got some brown sugar. And while that is heating up in the pan and getting nice and happy, we're going to go ahead and toss our vegetables and our apples. So we've got a little butternut squash. And again, when you're cooking things at the same time, you have to be conscious of how big or skinny or wide they are. So I'm going to try to cut everything pretty much the same size so they all cook at the same time. So we'll put the butternut squash in a bowl. And again, you see the russet potatoes cut just about the same size as the butternut squash. We'll put that in there. And then the apples, with the apples, I cut these a little bit thicker because the apples are going to cook a little bit faster. There's a lot more moisture and sugar in there. So we'll go ahead and pop that in there. And then we've got some wonderful seasonings. We've got some curry powder. We'll sprinkle that on, a little cinnamon. And then we're going to take some olive oil, put that on the vegetables. And you'll also want to put a little bit on the pork as well. Toss that together really nice. And then we're going to put that right on the sheet pan with the pork tenderloin. And you put a little bit on each side so that everything cooks nice and evenly. Preheat your oven to about 325 to 350, depending on if your oven runs hot or cold. I know not all of them are exactly the same. And then we take our wonderful sauce here that's been heating up, and we're going to coat that on our pork tenderloin. And you want to reserve a little bit for later because it's really nice to have some extra sauce to drizzle over the pork tenderloin after it comes out of the oven. And you're going to want to pay attention because we do different recipes every week. So check out our website or our Facebook page, and you can see what we're going to be doing next week. All right, that's looking pretty good. So I saved about half of the sauce for later. And then you go ahead, you might want to sprinkle a little salt and pepper on there. And then you pop it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, again at 325, 350. We're going to go ahead and put that in the oven. And then I'll get my mitt so I can get the new one out of the oven. We just happen to have one ready. Look at that. This is exactly what your maple mustard pork tenderloin will look like. And again, if you have any of that wonderful sauce left over, you can go ahead and drizzle that right over the top. Cut it up really nice, fan it out on a plate, and you have this amazing, wonderful dinner. Bon appetit.